In Wisconsin would like to know whether this is a private reserve, and indeed it is. So members from the public cannot drive into this park and drive themselves around, or no one can really. The only way to be driven around here is by a guide that works at one of the camps. And that's what makes it so special. If it was a public reserve, the roads would be a lot busier and we would not have nearly as much freedom as we do. So this looks to be a young bull elephant. Not one that I recognize at first glance. Let's try and get a little bit ahead of it without interfering too much on its ongoings, but it seems relaxed at this stage. Look at how beautiful that is with the sun setting in the background. Oh, maybe we should actually just wait right here. So now for Brian to show you the elephants in good lights, he has to sacrifice the sunsets. So that's why the sunset colors are very bright. But now, as you can see, as he does a trade-off for the sunsets, the elephant loses out. But at least now you've got
the wishy-washy both.
Yeah, a combination of the two of them. They really can be such peaceful animals, and being around them you can't help but relax and really feel tranquil. You can see he's been drinking. His whole bottom lip is still very wet, and the bottom kind of 12 inches of his trunk. I wonder where he was drinking, possibly in the little drainage line not far from us here on Philemon's Dip. Oh, there goes the small acacia. Just used his foot there to aid in snapping it off at the base of the roots, as they often do. Just testing that one. Yeah, that one's also doomed. A very necessary destruction, though, that these elephants perform. You can see how thick the vegetation is in some areas as it is with them around. So imagine if they weren't here, keeping the ecosystem in balance. Let's creep ahead a little bit further and see if we can't get him to do one little walk by us. He's got small tusks and quite a small body still. I would hazard that he's maybe around 15 years of age, but could well be way off. It's so difficult to sex animals, just as it is difficult to often sex some humans. You know, you get some people that mature quickly and others that mature later, and some people that look far younger than their actual age. So very difficult to know for certain unless you've been following an animal and actually saw it get born, which is very uncommon, especially with animals like elephants that move huge distances. They're not territorial, and before us humans developed so much of Africa, they would roam from South Africa all the way up to Kenya and Tanzania and back down as it suited them. Well, he's coming very close to us, but as I did say, he does seem very relaxed, and by simply putting the vehicle in front of him and allowing him to decide to come up to us, it's a relatively safe option, so I'm not too concerned at this stage, even though he is very close to us. But this is really good, and he's obviously doing something here because I can see Brian's face and his eyebrows winking behind me. But he continues to come closer. Let me try and duck out your way here. And it's the small fever trees, sorry, not fever trees, acacias, that he's seeking out here and really making the most of trying to get these young acacias. And Brian's again doing a great work on the camera, showing you the different textures on that trunk, and it was a great comparison between the green leaves and that dark textured trunk. Oh. So the protection that these slightly bigger bushes were providing these younger bushes and growing up and germinating and getting their first little bit of growth has only lasted so long, sadly. I'm going to reverse and leave him because the clock is ticking now. Hello, boy. Are you going to give us some attitude now? Okay, just a little bit. A friendly goodbye. Oh, just in time. The sun is just beginning to set here, and there are some beautiful orange colors coming through. But we do need to get to the hyena den sites, and we need to make the most of this last little bit of light because we can't shine the spotlights on the den site with the cubs. Where are you going? Back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.